Do you think it's best that we go back to Africa like Marcus Garvey said? Do you think that's the only way to get equality? The most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey never said we should all go back to Africa. He said only those of us who have something to contribute to Africa, only those of us who have something to contribute to Africa should go back to Africa. We are a global people. We can remain a global people, but we have to build up Africa strong enough so she can protect us wherever we are in the world. That is the point of Pan-Africanism. You need your ancestral homeland to be strong enough to protect you in America, strong enough to protect you in England, strong enough to protect you in the Caribbean. You can live wherever you want in the world, but we must make Africa strong enough to protect us wherever we are.
Hello guys, welcome to the Real Got List. My name is Betty. What if I told you Jamaica almost became part of Africa again? Not symbolically, I mean literally. There was a real plan picked by leaders, elders, and revolutionists to reconnect Jamaica to the motherland. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it happened, and when I show you how close it came, you'll understand why certain people never wanted this story told. Before we dive in, subscribe now if you love hearing the truth about Jamaica and African history that the world hides. Hit the bell too, so you don't miss stories like this again.
I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. Action without thought is empty. Thought without action is blind. It is clear that we must find an African solution to our problems, and that this can only be found in Afrikan unity. Divided, we are weak. United, Africa will become one of the greatest forces for good in the world. Those who would judge us merely by the heights we have achieved would do well to remember the depths from which we started. Africa is a paradox which illustrates and highlights neo-colonialism. Her earth is rich, yet the products that come from above and below the soil continue to enrich not Africans predominantly, but groups and individuals who operate to Africa's impoverishment. The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. We have awakened. We will not sleep anymore.
investing in Africa's tech future. Serena Williams has always been more than a champion on the court. She's a powerhouse investor off it. And through her venture capital firm, Serena Ventures, she's helping shape Africa's next tech revolution. Her investment portfolio reads like a map of Africa's digital future. Andila in Nigeria, the software engineering company that trains African developers and connects them with global tech jobs. Isusu, a fintech with Nigerian roots that helps families build credit. And Nestcoin, one of Africa's boldest Web3 startups. Through these strategic investments, Serena isn't just funding companies. She's building an ecosystem that empowers African talent. Andila alone has trained more than 200,000 software developers across 80 countries, helping redefine Africa's place in the global tech workforce. Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa are now considered the continent's tech triangle, attracting over $6 billion in startup funding in 2024. Serena Ventures has been one of the few US-based funds with consistent African exposure, showing that the smartest investors are those who see Africa's youth as an asset, not a risk. Beyond money, Serena brings mentorship, brand visibility, and global networks, helping founders break into markets that were once impossible to reach. I invest in founders who see the world differently, she said. And Africa is full of those visionaries. Her approach is intentional. She's not buying land or starting resorts. She's funding scalable ideas that can uplift millions, tech platforms, fintech innovation, education infrastructure. In doing so, Serena is redefining what it means to build in Africa, proving that you don't have to be there physically to make a lasting impact. Jay-Z, Building Rock Nation Africa.
Mayor Umar Mottley, 3,005.
The Barbados Labour Party has won all 30 seats in the February 11th general election, securing a third consecutive clean sweep. Mia Mottley retained her St. Michael Northeast seat, with victories recorded across every constituency. Early turnout was estimated at around 50%. A pre-election survey conducted by WIC News accurately projected the full 30-seat result. A public holiday has been declared for Friday, February 13th, following the outcome.
So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain and break up all the circles and the chains. I need some meditation in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain. Break up all the circles and the chains. Hey, no, this could never be no man killer. Good for my head, so me call it as the man healer. When me ill, you know me never need a painkiller. It's quite exciting, me call it as the man chiller. Give me good man, so me not think illa. What a inspiration, fit on a sound killer. Feed the pagan, me spark it like a 9 miller. Fi fight the liquor and the coke, ganja and the pillar. That's why me need some herb in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Quick housekeeping video. So right up here, that's going to be dedicated to some information that you guys need. All right, so my name is Marie. This is our container garden that I'm sitting in. All right, so for those of you who have been with the channel, you know we'll be hosting our giveaway this August. the first weekend of this August. We're still not confirmed if it's going to be the Saturday or the Sunday of the first weekend in August 2026. Last year we had a giveaway April 2025 and it was a tremendous success. However, quite a few persons turned up that were dissatisfied because I did not have enough seeds and plants to give to every one of our supporters who turned up. So earlier this year I announced our giveaway for this year, and quite a few under that video asked how you could contribute to the giveaway. Now, my friend in Florida who is collecting the seeds from donors, she's saying that a lot of persons, including herself, really have a challenge finding information. When I say I'm going to tag it to the description or at the end of the video or whatever, have a challenge navigating YouTube. So she reached out to me and she asked that I do a dedicated video sharing the mailing address for persons who are willing to donate to this cause. Mind you, if I get one or none, I will still be hosting the giveaway. The thing is, most persons who are requesting seeds, there are seeds that are not available in Jamaica. So I am saving seeds from like the tomatoes and the peppers and so on from my garden, from the produce from my garden. But my fear is persons will turn up and it's just not enough. And so a lot of you chime in and say, look, I am willing to donate seeds. Some persons say, look, I bought seeds, but I don't know where to send it to. So what I'm going to do is up here for the duration of this video, might not be long, I'm going to put the mailing address right up here so you're able to write it down and donate seeds to persons here in Jamaica who they just see the garden and they want to grow their own food too. And I'm encouraging that. And it's kind of defeating when I'm saying grow this, grow that, and then I can't do anything at all to help persons. I am not saying you can't grow the seeds in Jamaica successfully and have a nice garden, but nothing is wrong with having variety in your garden. And you watch Farming on the Rocks and you see a lot of varieties. And so, and I'm not willing persons to contribute. It's for persons who are willing, persons who reached out and asked, oh, they could help me in this venture because they think it's something worthwhile that I am doing. So it's not a mandate. I'm not telling you you must donate. I am just making it easy for persons who are willing to donate to the cause and to help another person grow their own food. That's all we are doing.
Hold on, know that it's time to be strong. Let's all believe in the future. Together we can move on. Hey, raise up your voice.
The World Bank just told Nigeria to open its petrol market back up to foreign imports. Nigeria finally has a refinery, Africa's largest, built by a Nigerian, supplying Nigeria's fuel for the first time in decades, sending jet fuel to Europe during a global energy crisis. And the World Bank's response is to tell Nigeria to let foreign importers back in to compete with it. They like to call it restoring competition. But let's call it what it actually is. You see, the moment that Africa starts winning, the West finds a way to change the rules. Where was the World Bank when Shell was poisoning the Niger Delta? Between 1976 and 2001, there were over 6,800 oil spills in Nigeria's Niger Delta. European oil companies contaminated groundwater at levels 900 times above WHO safety limits. A 2023 report described it as an environmental genocide. Oil spills in the Delta are connected to 16,000 neonatal deaths every year. Life expectancy dropped to just 41 years. The World Bank issued no emergency reports, imposed no conditions on European governments. They didn't say a word. But the moment a Nigerian builds a refinery that threatens European import dominance, they publish a report. Then they quietly take it down a couple days after Dangote pushes back. Because they knew exactly what they were doing, and then they got caught. The president of the World Bank has always been an American. The managing director of the IMF has always been European. A British citizen's vote in the IMF is worth 23 times more than a Nigerian's vote. These are not neutral institutions. They were designed under colonialism, and they remain colonial in character. Their conditions are reserved exclusively for Africa. For the nations that watched Thomas Sankara get assassinated for rejecting the IMF, that watched Patrice Lumumba get murdered for wanting to keep Congo's wealth in Congolese hands. The consequences of saying no have never been economic. They have always been existential. Every nation has a sovereign right to determine what it does with its own natural resources. No institution controlled by nations that didn't just colonize Africa, but systematically genocided its people, looted its resources, and built entire economies on African blood and labor have any moral authority over a single grain of African soil. The IMF and the World Bank are not Africa's partners. They are Africa's obstacles. And it's long past time that African nations treat them that way. And if you didn't know, now you know.
Financial success is the main ingredient of long-term happiness, but it is not the only ingredient. Money is not the only thing that make a person need that a person needs to be happy or contented. But a normal person cannot be happy without money because it is essential to satisfy our basic human needs. We should not spend all our time working for material success, or we will become workaholics and have no time for other important activities in life, such as recreation with family and friends, as well as helping them and others, such as doing community service. My favorite motto is, balance is the key to a good life. Business ownership is the main source of financial independence for a person and for the economic independence for a community. In almost every country, most of the upper middle class and rich people are those who own medium-sized or big business and those who inherit wealth from business. This is because in a capitalist country, business is the main generator of money. It shows itself most clearly in many professions where a person can choose to be an employee or start his own business by himself or in a company. For example, a doctor who works in a public hospital throughout his life will remain poor or barely reach the lower middle class. However, his schoolmate who entered private practice will at least reach the upper middle class and maybe become rich in his lifetime.
No more lies, no disguise. Africa, rise from puppet to liberty. Just send one again. They are Goita Tiani. Run them out of Babylon. Them tell we say we're free but still control the string. Foreign hands pulling everything. Sell out leaders, bow and scrape, while the youth them cry and the people wait. But now we see the light through your window. Traore rise like a breeze from the Congo. Him not take order from outside and him chant truth from the heart of the land. Hey, African pride, wear it on we chest. We not bow down, we never settle for less. They are here to lead the rest. Order puppet ruling to righteousness. The African pride, deep in our soul, a liberty call, and we answer the role. HRR step bold, him carry just scroll. Babylon falling, Africa all. Me say the time come fi reclaim we name. No more puppet playing them colonial game. No IF chain, no fake campaign. We taking back every mineral vein. From Alisal to Ghana gold. The story of Africa now get told. By we, for we, with no apology. This revolution it a fi holy. The African pride, fire in our veins. We tear down fences, we break them chains. The Traore is here, him now play games. Film speak with thunder, him calling names. African pride, we walk upright. From darkness we step into light. No more puppet showing a daylight. We stand strong for we birthright. Babylon system pack up and flee. Mama Africa don't plant the tree. Just in truth, unity. No more sellout presidency. Traore rise like wind through the drum. Puppet time done, freedom come. We not sit back, we stand and run. One Africa, not just some. The African pride, I like the sun. We come together now, we move as one. Let Traore is here, the work just begun. We march on till the victory done. African pride, feel it in our heart. We were all from the very start. Traore lead with sacred art. From puppet to liberty, we take part. Traore, Goita and
Yes, families, welcome back once again. I hope you are well. I hope your day is good. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This news is exciting one coming from Burkina Faso. As we all know, everything is possible, but it's a lie. They will tell you it's not possible when it comes to things that benefit other countries. This is about pineapple. It's about pineapple farming. Years ago, they told them it's not possible, so they have to import it from Ghana, Togo, and other countries. But under Captain Ibrahim Traore, he said, no, we have to produce or plant our own pineapple, cocoa, and more, so that we'll be world leaders in these products. And guess what? This is the success story of what is going on. They have successfully planted and harvested pineapple that, according to them, is sweeter than they would imagine. Families, please listen and watch. I'll be back.
This edition, we discuss pineapple production in Burkina, an activity that plays a significant role in advancing food sovereignty. Burkina now has more than 80 producers of this fruit organized into a cooperative to boost the sector and increase yields. Fertilizers specifically suited for pineapples have been developed by the Dioda farm in collaboration with Enafat and Inera. Let's discover the results in this report by Lamine Carentao, Siriki Milogo, and Jerome Tindano.
Long considered by some to be incompatible with the Sahelian climate of Burkina Faso, pineapple is now proving that belief wrong in the most remarkable way, provided that one respects the technical procedures now codified in this area. And here is the chief demonstrator.
As soon as we applied it, we noticed that it stretched the product.
Umaru Compaore. These results are the fruit of several years of experimentation with new fertilizer formulations.
It is within this same process that we are continuing to improve the formulas we initially developed. And so this year, we decided to conduct a multi-fertilizer test based on 5 fertilizer formulas. Some of these already exist on the market, while others were formulated on the farm. And the goal was to see among all these formulations which one best adapted to the climatic conditions of Burkina. You saw the size of the fruits, and it's not just the volume that interests us, but also the taste, the flavor, and, in a word, the overall quality of the fruits.
Thanks to this combination of inputs, a new era is opening up for pineapple production in terms of yield, which can reach up to 135 tons per hectare. Even better, this innovation reduces production costs while boosting the product's competitiveness.
From what was once just a dream, we are now moving towards a new, well-structured sector that is gradually taking shape in Burkina Faso. I believe that with the current authorities, within 1 or 2 more years, Burkina Faso could become a country that can even consider exporting its pineapples abroad, given the competitive quality we have achieved during these various tests.
Burkina Faso, now a future exporter of pineapples. The famous phrase of the head of state, Captain Ibrahim Traore, anything can grow in Burkina Faso, truly resonates here.
There are different types of formulations that have been developed here. As he said, the main thing for us is to show that everything works here in Burkina Faso. All crops thrive here. For us, everything works here, just as the president of Faso said. You have seen that for some time now, the ministry has specialized in so-called specific crops. We have cocoa, we have plantain, and also pineapple, which is somewhat strategic for us.
Slowly but surely, the land of upright people is making a strategic and sustainable shift in the pineapple sector. More than 80 producers have already been identified and organized into cooperatives across the country. The threshold of 3,460 tons of annual production has just been surpassed. This is a sign of a momentum that is set to grow.
Thank you so much, families, for listening and watching. I won't bore you because I've given you a bit of history about this pineapple. A lot of videos about it is on the channel, just like a lot of agriculture news is on the channel, how they started and where they are now. I'm happy for them that they finally cracked the code, and now they can produce it more and more. And I can't wait to eat some, to try it myself. How this pineapple, the way they are saying it tastes better, I will try it myself as well and see how it is. But I believe them. I'm not doubting them. They came a long way. Congratulations to them. The cocoa will be growing soon. I hope they will be the largest producers of cocoa in Africa, because what? They put their all in it. They are not doing it just like that. They are not doing it. I mean, you know how they do it. If you don't know, ask me under the comment section. I'll look for the videos and link them for you to see how they are doing it. So they will be perfect. They mean not to be importing food, and that's why they are cleaning the market and all the places. So yes, it will definitely happen by the grace of God. Anyway, I'll leave you here, my family. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your contributions. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot for trusting me and being there with me no matter what. I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all. Credit to Faso 7 RTV News BF1 for sharing all the information with us, because we love them. We want to support them. So we want to know what is going on. Anyway, thank you, my families. I will see you soon. God bless you all. My VIPs, my kings and queens, my returning families, my new ones that you have recently joined us. Thank you. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you are. Let us know so we can welcome you properly under the comment section. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
During the rally, attended by Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel and other top government officials, a packed audience voiced support for the Cuban socialist revolution, a show of patriotism at a time when Washington has escalated its threats against the island. Cubans are coping with the deep economic and energy crisis caused by the U.S. oil blockade that started in February. Washington declared Cuba an unusual and extraordinary threat to U.S. national security. Having declared Cuba an unusual and extraordinary threat to U.S. national security, the U.S. media reports the Pentagon is drawing up plans for possible military operations against Cuba. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel told U.S. media outlets that the Cuban people would fight U.S. military aggression at any cost. It wouldn't be the first time that Cubans were forced to defend themselves.
Here in the center of the city, close to Havana's Colón Cemetery, Cubans gathered 65 years ago to bury the victims of a U.S.-backed air raid against local airfields. The planes, flown by Cuban exiles trained by the CIA, missed many of their targets in the prelude to the failed 1961 Bay of Pigs invasion.
In early hours on April 15, 1961, 8 World War II vintage U.S. bombers, painted to look like Cuban Air Force planes, took off from Central America. They bombarded Cuban airfields, killing several people and wounding many others. 2 days later, a U.S.-backed mercenary force of 1,400 Cuban exiles landed on a southwestern beach area called Playa Girón. Cuba would defeat the Bay of Pigs invasion in just 3 days. In his remarks to the audience, Cuban president addressed the latest threats from the U.S.
We believe in dialogue and in the extraordinary power of peace to sustain life on the planet. The history of the US-Cuba differences has proven that peace can be achieved.
Díaz-Canel also called on Cubans to be ready to defend the nation. Demonstrators voiced support for the Cuban government.
I think the president gave a strong response, and he deserves all the support and respect of the Cuban people.
The threat is out there. It's always been there, but it does not scare us. It only makes us prepare for it.
As the demonstration showed, the Cuban people remained defiant, but also willing to sit at a bargaining table as equals. Luis Chirino, CGTN, Havana.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our
remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your contacts. Thank you.